Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Florida Panhandle High School Sports Awards, brought to you by the USA Today Network, presented by Troy Rafferty of Levin Papantonio Rafferty and in partnership with VyStar Credit Union.
Good evening and welcome to the Florida Panhandle High School Sports Awards. My name's Troy Rafferty. On behalf of myself and the entire Levin Papantonio Rafferty firm, we want to welcome everybody. We've got a great program planned for this evening. We're so excited to have everybody here. Congratulations to all of the athletes throughout the entire Panhandle. Each and every one of you has made your community so proud. So thank you and congratulations and enjoy the show.
Talent will always be found. It doesn't matter where you play or where you're from. When you have talent, people will find you.
Some of the biggest names in the world of sports come together to honor the best high school athletes in the country. Alex Morgan, Katie Ledecky, Aaron Rodgers, Sue Bird, Shaquille O'Neal.
Now do you know my name? Yeah, do you know my name? You know my name is Fire, Fury, Power. My name is Legend. You know, do you know my name? Let's go. My name is Legend.
It's a celebration of athletic excellence from those who know it best. Here are your hosts, Heisman Trophy winner and ESPN analyst Desmond Howard, and the host of NFL Live and SEC Nation, Laura Rutledge.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the show. Tonight we get to celebrate one of the most passionate and exciting groups in all of sports, the high school athlete.
That's right, Laura. An incredible list of all-star talent has signed on to help recognize these amazing men and women. We're talking Aaron Rodgers, Alex Morgan, Chipper Jones, Sue Bird, Katie Ledecky, and the big man himself, Shaquille O'Neal.
I love it. You know, I actually think it's illegal these days to have a sports award without Shaq in it.
I think you're right.
So I'm glad he's on board for our show tonight.
Of course, and the Diesel has something in common with everyone else on this show. At one point or another, we all went to high school.
True, and while the time since high school has been a while, for some more than others, we all still remember the hopes and dreams and even the challenges of that memorable time in our lives.
And tonight, we all return to high school to cover a lot of sports and give out a lot of awards. If two people showed up to cheer for it, and those two people were your parents, we're celebrating it tonight.
So ditch the backpacks and summer reading lists and forget about that pop quiz you bombed in third period French last semester. It's time to celebrate some of the best high school athletes in the area.
Of course, none of this would be possible without the generous support of our sponsors.
And you can't have a celebration this big without a little flexing going on. That's why we have sports broadcaster Abby Labar keeping an eye on the land of the humble brag.
Thanks, Laura. And speaking of bragging, we know you love to, and we love to see it. So tag us in your social posts, share photos and videos from your own celebrations using tonight's hashtags. Posts on Instagram or Twitter will be shown on the social media feed on the show website. Plus, one lucky person using the hashtags on Instagram or Twitter will receive an autographed gift from one of our featured guests tonight, thanks to support from VyStar Credit Union. Okay, so we know every award show needs a red carpet, and lucky for us, two former college football players agreed to host ours tonight. If you don't know them as football players, well, you probably know them better from another little gig they had. The Bachelorette and The Bachelor, my friends Tyler Cameron and Matt James.
Thanks, Abby. Matt and I are so excited to be here. We got out, got dressed up, and stepped into our freshest kicks to walk the red carpet.
Wait, are those my shoes?
Bro, you put them in my closet. I'm wearing them now.
Tonight we get a chance to salute some show-out high school athletes. So who's handing out the roses? I mean the awards tonight.
Careful now. We talked about this and we let that go. We were playing sports long before our bachelor days, so we know how exciting this must be for you.
But tonight's not about us. It's about the athletes of today, the records they're breaking, the bars they're raising, and the names we'll be reading and remembering in the future.
So whether or not you win tonight, just know you've already proven to be a top athlete. So congratulations, this red carpet is all for you.
Thanks, guys. I don't know about you, Desmond, but I'm ready to start giving these kids some of their hard-earned awards.
Hey, let's do it. We're going to kick things off in the pool. Here to help us dive right in is one of the most decorated female swimmers in U.S. history, the legendary Katie Ledecky.
Katie Ledecky burst on the competitive swimming scene at 15 years old. At the London Olympics, she took home the gold and the first of many Olympic medals. She's added 4 more golds, 15 world championships, 2 NCAA titles, and a whole bunch of freestyle world records. The recent Stanford grad is back in the pool, training for Tokyo.
Hey everybody, Katie Ledecky talking to all you swimmers and divers out there. I know a lot of the world puts us all together in one big group because we spend half of our time in the pool and the other half of the time trying to get chlorine out of our hair. But we are a very diverse group. Divers launch themselves off of boards and platforms of varying heights, and swimmers employ a bunch of different strokes and distances, each with its own unique demands. That's why I'm here. So I can speak to all of you individuals and tell you the key to success in your water world is to always, always, always keep moving forward. Except, of course, anyone who competes in backstroke or performs back dives. That advice would be very bad for you. You guys keep going backward. That sounded weird. I'm gonna go back in the pool. I'll leave all you divers to your diving and your backstrokers to your backstroking. I'll see you later. Here are the honorees for the Female Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Florida Panhandle Female Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year is Lydia Hanlon of Lawton Childs High School.
Childs Jr. Lydia Hanlon, who shared the All Big Bend Swimmer of the Year award for girls in 2019, played a starring role in helping the Timberwolves claim their second straight state title at the HSAA 3A Championships. A Kentucky University commit, Hanlon successfully defended her state title in the 100-yard butterfly and has remained undefeated in the 100 backstroke in all 3 of her high school seasons.
Congratulations, Lydia. Here are the honorees for the Male Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Florida Panhandle Male Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year is Jack Roll of Pace High School.
Pace High School's Jack Rowell turned in a record-breaking season in the pool. The senior standout finished the year as the regional champion in both the 200 and 500-yard freestyle, shattering his own school records in the process. An Indiana River State College signee, Rowell also placed 3rd overall in the 500 freestyle at state.
Congratulations, Jack.
If you had to name the sport that most pro athletes choose to play when they're not at their paying gig, it would have to be golf. It doesn't mean they're good at it, but it doesn't mean they're as bad as Charles Barkley either. But we decided to tap someone who makes their living driving for show and putting for dough. Here's Ryan Palmer with the Golf Awards.
4-time champion Ryan Palmer is no stranger to success. On the PGA Tour, where every week is a battle of attrition, he's taken home 4 tour victories, 11 runners-up, 67 top 10 finishes, including 2 in the majors.
Hey all you golfers out there. PGA Tour winner Ryan Palmer here to hand out the Golf Awards. But before I do, I want to point out something about golf compared to other sports. Listen, I get it. There's no buzzer beating golf. No one is throwing the ball 100 miles an hour at you, and no one is going to smash into you at the top of your swing and throw you to the ground. That's all true, but there's something awesome about golf that you can't find in a lot of other sports. If you've got a couple of hours to spare, you can play on the same courses that Tiger, Phil, myself, Annika and MB, or even Rory and DJ play on. Try shooting hoops with your friends at Madison Square Garden, or play 9 innings at the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Let's hear it for the game of golf, where legendary venues are open to all. Here are your honorees for the Female Golfer of the Year. And the finalists are and the Florida Panhandle Female Golfer of the Year is Molly Kirkman of Booker T. Washington High School.
Booker T. Washington's Molly Kirkman had a breakout sophomore season. Kirkman not only captured an individual victory at the district championship, she also led the Wildcats to a team title. She shot a career-best 72 to earn an individual win at the Region 1 2A championship and was the area's top competitor at the state tournament with a 27th place effort.
Congratulations, Molly. Here are your honorees for the Male Golfer of the Year. And the finalists are and the Florida Panhandle Male Golfer of the Year is Justin Burrows of Pensacola Catholic High School.
Pensacola Catholic's Justin Burrows capped the 2020-21 season as one of the region's top golfers, earning top 5 individual finishes at both the regional and state tournaments this past fall. He also became the area's first golfer in 2 decades to claim victory at the American Junior Golf Championship in Tallahassee, where he shot 4 under par. Burrows will compete in golf at Clemson University next fall.
Congratulations, Justin.
Carrie Walsh Jennings here. Stick around. Volleyball's coming up soon.
Are you guys hungry?
Yeah.
All right, let's get some apps.
Let's do it. It's as easy as that. Let us refill for you.
There you go, guys.
Wow, that was so fast. Thank you so much.
All right, cheers, guys.
Hey, I'll be right back. Okay.
No one likes waiting in long lines or missing the big moments.
Did I miss anything? No. That was quick. I know, right?
Do you want a beer? Yeah.
We're making it easier for you to get back to what you love without missing a single minute. Refill.
Did I miss anything?
A lot of sports have similar concepts and equipment, boundaries, balls, and scoreboards, name a few. But there are 2 that make use of sand. One is golf, where it's to be avoided, and the other is beach volleyball, where it's embraced in all its gritty glory. Here to lend a hand with our volleyball awards is someone who knows achieving greatness is no day at the beach, Carrie Walsh Jennings.
Carrie Walsh Jennings, also known as 6 Feet of Sunshine, is covered in Olympic gold. The 42-year-old SoCal standout is the most decorated beach volleyball player in Olympic history. She and her former teammate Misty May Traynor won 3 gold medals and 5 world championships, earning the title the greatest beach volleyball team of all time.
Hey everybody, Carrie Walsh Jennings here. I know this looks like a volleyball, but in reality, it's a ticket to your future. Because the lessons you learn hitting this sucker around will come in handy down the road. Things like teamwork, determination, goal setting. You're going to need all of those skills. And then, there are the friends you make with this. Ones you'll have for the rest of your life. Priceless. So don't think of it as just a volleyball. Think of it as your secret weapon for success. Here are your honorees for the Female Volleyball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Florida Panhandle Volleyball Player of the Year is Amaya Butler of Pensacola Catholic High School.
Amaya Butler is the Florida Panhandle Girls Volleyball Player of the Year after leading Pensacola to a 16-3 mark and a berth in the regional finals this past season. The junior standout led the area with 287 kills, 256 digs, and 63 blocks, while helping the Crusaders to a district title. Butler will complete her high school career in 2022 and is expected to attract plenty of NCAA Division I offers.
Congratulations, Amaya.
There are some athletes today who have been so dominant, you only have to say their first name for everyone to know who you're talking about. They become celebrities, giants of their sport.
That's right. Our next presenter was an athlete like that during her long career. She made her mark as a teenager, practically ruled at Wimbledon, and was still taking home major titles at the age of 49. The name Navratilova will be in the record books for years to come. But for so many of us, all you have to say is Martina.
Martina Navratilova is one of the most dominant players to ever swing a racket. Born in the former Czechoslovakia, the former world #1, claimed 18 Grand Slam singles titles, added to her 31 doubles and 10 mixed doubles. 59 major titles are the most by any player, male or female, in the Open era.
Hey everybody, Martina Navratilova here, to tell you that you picked a great sport to play in high school, because it's a sport that you can play your whole life. I mean, look at me. I'm still out there on the court all the time, playing for hours, and I'm like 60. Never mind, you can see by my hair how old I am. My hair is thinning, but anyway, I don't know why I did that. Because you guys can just Google my name and kind of figure out how old I am and then Instagram me about it, whatever. Anyway, all the effort that you are putting in now, it can pay dividends well past your competitive playing days. Remember, you can love other sports, but tennis is the only sport where love is literally part of the game. Here are the honorees for the Female Tennis Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Florida Panhandle Female Tennis Player of the Year is Gabby Goins of Pensacola Catholic High School.
It was a stellar freshman year for Gabby Goins, who led Pensacola Catholic to a berth in the FHSAA State Championships. At 14 years old, Goins added a major victory on the junior tennis circuit when she captured the girls' 16s title at a USTA event in Daytona Beach.
Congratulations, Gabby. Here are the honorees for the Male Tennis Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Florida Panhandle Male Tennis Player of the Year is Justin Lyons of Pensacola Catholic High School.
Justin Lyons fell one win shy of Florida's ultimate high school prize. A 5-star prospect by Tennis Recruiting Network, Lyons won a grueling semifinal match that went to 2 tiebreaks to reach the Class 1A state singles final. He fell there in 2 tight sets to end a stellar sophomore season.
Congratulations, Justin.
Bruce Springsteen once topped the charts with his iconic album, Born to Run. But for this ultra-marathon man, those aren't words that you sing. Those are words you live by. Presenting the awards for cross-country, Dean Karnazes.
Dean Karnazes, the legendary Badwater ultramarathon champion, running 135 miles through Death Valley in 124-degree heat. He later ran a marathon at the South Pole. This superhuman and best-selling author has run 50 marathons in 50 states in 50 days.
Hey guys, Dean Carnassus here to talk a little cross country. But first, a quick confession. I only ran cross country as a freshman in high school. Our team won the state championships, and I figured that I couldn't top that, so I stopped running. Until later in life. Now I've raced and competed on all 7 continents. But enough about me. This is about you guys, the best cross-country runners from across the country. Here are the honorees for the Female Cross-Country Runner of the Year. And the finalists are and the Florida Panhandle Female Cross Country Runner of the Year is Cambry Smith of Fort Walton Beach High School.
Cambry Smith's special season started back in August when she placed first in the women's 3,000-meter run at the AAU Junior Olympic Games held in Satellite Beach, Florida. The reigning Daily News Cross Country Runner of the Year carried that momentum into her senior season at Fort Walton Beach High School. Smith captured the Region 1 3A Cross Country title and added a runner-up finish in the Class 3A state race. She'll continue her running career at the University of Central Florida.
Congratulations, Cambry. Here are the honorees for the Male Cross Country Runner of the Year. And the finalists are and the Florida Panhandle Male Cross Country Runner of the Year is Francisco Ramirez of Pace High School.
Pace High School's Francisco Ramirez was the area's fastest runner at the state meet. The senior crossed the finish line in 14th place out of 127 competitors and also earned a 3rd place finish at the Class 3A regional meet. Ramirez remains undecided upon a college destination, but plans to compete in cross country after high school.
Congratulations, Francisco.
We have loved seeing how you are celebrating. Thank you for posting and letting us celebrate with you. Keep posting on Instagram and Twitter using the hashtags for a chance to receive an autographed gift from one of our featured guests tonight, brought to you by VyStar Credit Union. Now let's hear from some honorees with our friends, Matt and Tyler.
Thanks, Abby. One thing you could say about us athletes is some of us tend to be a little superstitious.
Some eat the same thing before every game, some listen to the same music, some people even wear the same sock for every game for years.
Really? Bro, those Sam's Club socks?
Come on, bro.
The thick cotton ones?
I know, but we had socks from our school. You wouldn't wear them. You would stink up the whole place because you wouldn't even wash them. You'd forget to wash them. You still do that same thing in my apartment.
In any case, we want to hear from some of the greats. Let's see what they've done to lock in the wins.
I think I used to have like a ton of rituals. Well, I'm a pitcher, and so we're kind of known for being a little different.
I had my special hair ties. I would have to shower before every competition.
I've always had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before I played.
I pretty much just put on my right sock before my left sock, my left shoe before my right shoe. I never touched the lines. I always warmed up 27 minutes before game time.
But my one, I guess, like pregame ritual would be that I always pass with one particular teammate, Lauren Meyer.
I didn't have any rituals or lucky anything, and I tried to stay away from those things because luck scares me.
There are some things in certain playlists that might last an entire season, or you might listen to a certain playlist that you made and lose or have a bad game, and that thing gets erased pretty quickly.
I do 3 claps on the blocks, typically before I start my race.
Like if I do something before a workout, before a competition, and I notice that I had a good day, I now have to do said thing until the meet is done.
Obviously all rituals are a mental thing, but they were a big part of my preparation.
Kind of like Dumbo's feather, like you don't need the feather to fly. You have it within you.
30 minutes before game time, yeah, it's embarrassing. 4 chocolate chip cookies and an orange Powerade.
Well, that certainly was educational, whatever it takes, right?
Yeah.
What about you, Desmond? I would think a Heisman Trophy winner would have some good pregame rituals. Did you do anything?
Yeah, you know, it's pretty silly and goofy, but I used to put everything on in the same particular order. No matter if we're home or away, like the right sock and the left sock. You know, it's just, I know it's ridiculous. I do it now, even when I put on my suit.
So you put your suit on in that particular order that you used to put your uniform on today? That's what you did?
Absolutely.
Well, that's what I like to hear. All right, that was very good. So moving on, let's get to our next set of awards.
When you're on the track, you know records are made to be broken, and legends can be made in a fraction of a second. That's why you always have to come with your best. You never know when it's your time to make your mark and when the world is watching.
And the world definitely watched our next presenter. He remains the only man to win gold in the 200 and 400 at the same Olympics. The one and only legendary sprinter, Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson. This Texan dominated sprinting for most of the 90s. Of his 16 major international medals, not a single one isn't gold. After becoming the first and only man to defend an Olympic 400-meter title in Sydney, and to this day, the U.S. records in the 200, 300, and 400 meters still bear his name.
Hey everybody, Michael Johnson here to help celebrate the amazing achievements of the athletes from the friendliest sport there is, track and field. I know all those other sports will be mad that I said that, but think about it. When most sports have teams come together to compete, they call it a game. Some call it a match. But when we compete, where do we do it? At a meet. You can't get much more friendly than a meet as far as competition goes. Speaking of which, it's time to meet our honorees. And the finalists are and the Florida Panhandle Female Track and Field Athlete of the Year is Mackenzie Eli of Niceville High School.
Niceville High School standout senior saved her best throws for last, claiming the title of Class 4A individual state champ in the javelin. The Eagles took the top 2 spots in the event and went on to a runner-up finish as a team. Mackenzie also hit a personal best mark of 129 feet, 8 inches at state after placing runner-up at both the district and region meets.
Congratulations, Mackenzie. And now for the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Track and Field Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Florida Panhandle Track and Field Athlete of the Year is Jahaz Morgan of Florida High School.
Multi-sports star Jahaz Morgan went for 2 at the Class 2A state championships, claiming gold in both the triple jump and 300-meter hurdles. The performance was a testament to Morgan's versatility, which football fans got to see earlier in the year when he also showed his explosive speed as a wide receiver for the Seminoles.
Congratulations, Jahaz.
It is called the beautiful game. And with 3.5 billion soccer fans, that's right, billion with a B, around the world, I think you have a hard time arguing with that description.
Just like no one can argue that Alex Morgan is one of the most accomplished players, man or woman, in the history of the U.S. national team, and the perfect choice to present our soccer award.
When Alex Morgan steps on the pitch, it is game on. With a knack for late-game heroics, Morgan's goal in extra time in the semifinals of the London Olympics helped propel the U.S. to gold. She would go on to win the World Cup in 2014 and 19.
Hey everybody, Alex Morgan here. I've been so fortunate with all the things I've been able to do thanks to soccer. And you might be looking wide-eyed at that list of accomplishments, so it might surprise you to know that in this interaction we are having right now, I'm the envious one. I'm not kidding, because you guys are in or just finished high school, and I absolutely loved my time in high school. It was Dunbar High School in Southern California. Go Brahmas! Our colors were purple and gold, and our cheer was loud and proud. Yeah, that stuff stays with you. I'm envious because high school is special. You guys have your whole life ahead of you, which is scary, but also really exciting at the same time. So congrats on all your accolades, and just try to really enjoy the ride. Your older self will thank you, trust me. Here are your honorees for the Female Soccer Player of the Year. And the finalists are And the Florida Panhandle Female Soccer Player of the Year is Madison Dooley of West Florida High School.
Madison Dooley scored in bunches for West Florida this past season and is the Florida Panhandle Girls Soccer Player of the Year. The juniors standout led the area in goals with 31, including 4 hat tricks, to lead the Jaguars to the Class 4A Regional Semifinals.
Congrats, Madison. And now for the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Soccer Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Florida Panhandle Male Soccer Player of the Year is Kyle Honeycutt of Booker T. Washington High School.
Kyle Honeycutt burst onto the scene with an explosive freshman campaign this past season and is the Florida Panhandle Boys Soccer Player of the Year. The first-year forward's varsity debut was highlighted by 5 hat tricks en route to a 24-goal season. Honeycutt's efforts helped the Wildcats advance to the Class 5A District semifinals.
Congratulations, Kyle.
Hey guys, it's Aaron Rodgers, and I'll be handing off some football awards in just a bit. Maybe I'll be saying your name, so stick around to find out.
I'm proud of my law firm and the people who make it up. Since 1955, Levin Papantonio Rafferty has fought tirelessly for the people we've represented who have been injured just like you. Throughout the years, our lawyers have been recognized for their work. 2 have been inducted into the National Trial Lawyers Hall of Fame, and 5 have been given the highest award granted to a trial lawyer in Florida. When choosing a lawyer, experience and expertise matters. Google us to learn more, and remember, you owe us nothing unless we recover.
Now, Laurie, you know they say defense wins championships. I know you won't get any argument about that from our next presenter. But even if you did, I'm pretty sure you'd let him win that argument.
Yeah, I'd sure stay out of his way. Also, those people haven't met you. But anyway, here to present the Defensive Football Player of the Year is T.J. Watt.
T.J. Watt, the youngest in an NFL family dynasty, was drafted in the first round by the Steelers in 2017 and became the first rookie to start at linebacker for the Black and Gold in more than 30 years. He has earned 3 Pro Bowl selections, led the league in sacks in 2020, and is a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year finalist.
Hey everybody, it's TJ Watt, giving some much-deserved props to the defenders out there. We all know that the offense is the one everybody likes to talk about and read about during the season. But over the long haul, history looks back kindly on those who defend. Think about it. The heroes of the Alamo, they were defenders. The iconic and beloved lawyer Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird, defender. Even one of the early super popular video games back in the 80s was called, you guessed it, Defender. And how do you describe a talented player on the other side of the ball? You call them offensive, like a bad smell or a horrendous outfit, like that uncle who always jokes weirdly at Christmas. So keep doing what you're doing out there on the field. People may go nuts for the quarterbacks today, but they'll always remember you defenders for years to come. Here are your honorees for the Defensive Football Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Florida Panhandle Defensive Football Player of the Year is Rasheed Lovelace of Pine Forest High School.
Pine Forest High School's Rasheed Lovelace was nearly impossible to block this season. The 6'3", 310-pound junior was intimidating on the defensive line, racking up 70 total tackles, including 7 for a loss. Lovelace has already drawn interest from Vanderbilt and the University of Alabama at Birmingham.
Congratulations, Rasheed.
A big thanks to TJ Watt for helping us out with the defense. And before we move on to offense, I was thinking, Desmond, if I could get you, TJ, and our next presenter on my flag football team, I could go ahead and just plan the victory dinner before the season even started.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh, man, I love to run routes for this guy. His accuracy and creativity as a signal caller make him a receiver's dream.
So more on my flag football team later, but he is one of the best and has certainly carved out a place for his name in the record books. Here to present is legendary quarterback Aaron Rodgers.
Super Bowl champion Aaron Rodgers holds the league's lowest career interception percentage and the highest single-season passer rating in history. The 9-time Pro Bowl selection was also named the NFL's most valuable player last season, the third MVP trophy of his illustrious career.
Hey everybody, Aaron Rodgers here to hand out some awards to incredibly deserving high school football players. Of course, that got me thinking about all the things I love about our sport. You know, one of the most underrated aspects of football, the terminology. I mean, we got the blitz, the bomb, the sack, wild card. We spike, we trap, we fly, we Hail Mary from time to time. Those are fun. No offense to other sports, but while they dribble or bunt, we hit the hole and shoot the gap. They can't stand tall with the Statue of Liberty or transform a turnover into a touchdown with the fumblerooski. So what do you say we get in victory formation as we salute some amazing athletes from the gridiron? Here are the honorees for the Offensive Football Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Florida Panhandle Offensive Football Player of the Year is Jaden Jackson of Northview High School.
Northview High's Jaden Jackson was the ultimate dynamo this fall season. The senior running back amassed 2,244 rushing yards, or 249.3 per game, in just 9 games, placing him in the top 10 nationally. Still undecided on a college destination, Jackson is considering offers from Boston College, Wake Forest, and South Florida, among others.
Congratulations, Jaden.
Imagine for a moment what it would be like to go through your day carrying around something that weighs the same as you do. Now imagine that weight isn't playing nice and is fighting you the whole time. It would get pretty exhausting, pretty fast. Welcome to the life of a wrestler. Here to help us award these masters of the mat is freestyle Olympic champion Kyle Snyder.
Kyle Snyder, aka Captain America, in 2016 became the youngest Olympic gold medalist and world champion in American wrestling history. He helped Team USA win its first world championship in more than 20 years. He'll be repping the red, white, and blue again when he attempts to defend his freestyle Olympic gold in Tokyo.
Hey everybody, Kyle Snyder here. If you want to have a long and successful wrestling career, you have to embrace a concept that is foreign to most Americans. I'm talking about kilograms. That measure of weight that school children and the rest of the world use with ease, but adults in the US can't seem to wrap their heads around. So if you already have a handle on it, you're ahead of the game. It's kind of like learning the language of your opponents. Here are your honorees for the Male Wrestler of the Year. And the finalists are and the Florida Panhandle Wrestler of the Year is Kyle McGill of Childs High School.
Kyle McGill won his first individual wrestling title in school history for Childs High School and is this year's Florida Panhandle Wrestler of the Year. The senior capped his prep career by capturing the 195-pound title in Class 2A, finishing the season at 30-0.
Congratulations, Kyle. And now, let's take a look at some amazing athletes in weightlifting. Here are your honorees for the Female Weightlifter of the Year. And the finalists are and the Florida Panhandle Female Weightlifter of the Year is Sanaa Habib of Arnold High School.
Sana Habib capped her prep career by leading Arnold High School to its third consecutive Class 2A state weightlifting title. The senior standout captured a pair of individual state championships, winning the 129-pound title while setting state records in the clean and jerk and total weight.
Congratulations, Sana. And now for the guys. Here are your honorees for the Male Weightlifter of the Year. And the finalists are... And the Florida Panhandle Male Weightlifter of the Year is Walker Robinson of Fort Walton Beach High School.
Walker Robinson came to do one thing, and that was bring home a state title. The senior did exactly that with a total of 710 pounds in the 199-pound weight class, which was 70 more pounds than the runner-up at the boys' Class 2A state weightlifting championships. Robinson will be playing Division I college football next year at Western Carolina.
Congratulations, Walker.
A lot of today's sports come from purely recreational origins, not lacrosse. Created by Native American tribes, what we call lacrosse was used to train warriors and even had some religious significance. Today, its popularity is absolutely exploding, thanks in no small part to our next presenter, lacrosse legend, Paul Rabel.
Paul Rabel, the lacrosse superstar and legend, has 7 championship titles through his college, professional, and international career. The 3-time MVP co-founded the Premier Lacrosse League, changing the game of pro play for the fastest growing team sport in North America.
What's up, all you lacrosse players out there? I'm Paul Rabel, and I've seen a bunch of your highlights and was blown away. You guys totally do your talking on the field, which is where you want a lacrosse player to do their talking, which got me thinking, why am I talking here instead of giving awards to you guys over there? So let's do this. Here are your honorees for the Female Lacrosse Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Florida Panhandle Female Lacrosse Player of the Year is Lauren Thompson of Gulf Breeze High School.
Lauren Thompson was the leading scorer for a Gulf Breeze juggernaut that was undefeated heading into the regional semifinals. The senior attacker netted a team-high 51 goals along with 19 assists for the Dolphins, who finished the year with a record of 13-1.
Congratulations, Lauren. And now, for the guys. Here are your honorees for the Male Lacrosse Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Florida Panhandle Male Lacrosse Player of the Year is Everett Thompson of McClay High School.
Everett Thompson was a terror for opponents on attack this season, powering McClay's offense with a whopping 78 goals in 20 games. Thompson's effort and consistency helped him land on the 2021 U.S. Lacrosse High School All-America team.
Congratulations, Everett.
We all have that person we look to for inspiration, that drives us to be better, that in turn helps us become an example for somebody else.
And the cycle keeps repeating. Let's take a moment to hear about some of the people who've inspired athletes at every level.
Hey guys, we're back. So let's talk about role models.
Being that person who inspires others is what it's all about. It's one of the main reasons why we started ABC Food Tours, to share experiences, become mentors, and help kids in our communities.
I mean, it's one of my favorite things we do. Give back to the kids, have fun with them, learn from them, teach them a little bit. Nothing better.
Yeah, it's been super rewarding. You know, it's a lot of the lessons that I thought that I'd be teaching these kids is what I've learned from
them.
Exactly.
Yeah, so mentoring, you learn a lot by giving, but you also learn a lot by receiving.
Exactly.
Even the pros have role models. Let's hear who inspired them and who they looked up to.
My role model was Lisa Fernandez. Her standard of excellence was so high.
Peekaboo Street was mine, and without her, I don't know if I would be where I am. So I'm very, very grateful to her.
My role model is Alex Morgan.
My parents inspire me because they raised 3 strong daughters.
My role model growing up was Cal Ripken. He was the all-around player. He was the Rookie of the Year. He was an MVP. He was a world champion. All things that I wanted to accomplish in my career.
My fiance Megan is also a little bit of my role model, just to see how she carries herself. I have a front row seat to it.
I tried to change it to a real model.
I look up to people who are authentic.
You know, I always tell kids it's good to admire somebody. If you like what they do, steal it.
My role model are my parents and siblings.
My role model is my father.
Both of my parents, going back from day one, driving us all around, both of my brothers and I.
My older brother was a great athlete, and I was always chasing after him.
I think the memory of my mom, because she was always so kind and so smart.
The military and their effect they had on me and my rehab.
You hope that as an athlete you can have a positive impact on the community, and there's ways you do it vocally, through social media today, and most importantly through action in the communities.
And so to potentially be that for somebody else obviously is an amazing feeling.
Chipper Jones here. Let's see who really knocked it out of the park this year. Coming up right after this.
At ViStar, we believe in better. And that's just what we give our members. Better convenience so they can bank any way they want, whether it's walking into a branch, managing accounts on a mobile device, or using one of the 20,000 surcharge-free ATMs across North America. It all comes down to the belief that people have better things to do with their time. If you believe that convenience is better, join ViStar. Visit ViStarCU.org.
Softball might be the most misnamed sport there is. First off, the ball isn't soft at all. Just ask anyone who's ever been hit by one. Secondly, pitchers routinely hurl it over 70 miles an hour, standing only 43 feet from home plate. So don't confuse softball for being soft. To present our next set of awards, here's legendary pitcher Jennie Finch.
An icon of the diamond, Jennie Finch caught the nation's attention pitching the University of Arizona to a national championship in 2001. 3 years later, she was on the world stage, helping lead Team USA to the gold medal at the Athens Olympics. She would later collect a silver medal in Beijing and go on to boast an outstanding pro career on her way to the National Softball Hall of Fame.
Hey everybody, Jennie Finch here with a question for all you softball players out there. Why can't they make a great sports movie about women's softball? Is it really that hard? I mean, our smaller sphered cousin baseball has tons of them. Sure, there's that comedy All-Stars, but that's really more about the parents than it is about the players. Even A League of Their Own is about women's baseball, where there is no crying, not softball. It makes no sense. Our sport provides plenty of drama. I don't know about you, but I've met some unforgettable characters in and around the diamond. And you have a built-in audience dying to see their sport up on the silver screen. So for any of you softball players out there with a mile-wide creative streak, start gathering some fun stories, start putting together some characters, and getting them down on paper. And let's see if we can make a movie about the greatest sport in the world, softball. And while we wait for that, let's give out some awards. Here are your honorees for the Softball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Florida Panhandle Softball Player of the Year is Shelby McKenzie of Pace High School.
Shelby McKenzie's varsity debut proved to be one for the ages as she shined both in the circle and at the plate. The freshman sensation reached base nearly 60% of the time while leading the Patriots to the Class 5A semifinals. McKenzie also registered a 5-1 record as a pitcher.
Congratulations, Shelby.
In 1936, Major League Baseball became the first professional sport in North America to establish a Hall of Fame as a way to remember the greats of the game from every generation. Induction to the Hall is seen as the highest honor of an extraordinary player's remarkable career. To present our baseball awards is first ballot Hall of Famer Chipper Jones.
Chipper Jones was selected by the Atlanta Braves as the #1 overall pick in 1990 and went on to become a mainstay in a Braves dynasty that claimed 11 consecutive division crowns and a World Series title. He captured 2 Silver Slugger awards and was the National League MVP in 1999.
Hey everybody, can't tell you how proud I am to be a part of this presentation to all you hardworking baseball players out there. I also want to say how impressed I am at all the stats you guys use these days. Y'all have a measure for everything. When I was playing, we didn't talk much about range factors or wins above replacement or bequeath runner scored. Heck, we didn't even know what bequeath was. The only time we ever talked about launch angle was if we happened to see the space shuttle taking off. And exit velocity was how fast the fans left after big loss. But by embracing all the statistical analysis, you're getting new insights into this great game. You're also probably getting a lot better scores on your math tests, so keep up the good work. And don't let your BABIP affect your WOBA, whatever that means. Here are your honorees for the Baseball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Florida Panhandle Baseball Player of the Year is Jaden Rudd of Mosley High School.
If you had the chance to see Mosley's Jaden Rudd play baseball this spring, you saw the type of prospect Notre Dame is getting next year. A dominant left-handed pitcher, Rudd fired a complete game in the state semifinals and had 3 hits in the championship game to help Mosley claim the Class 5A title.
Congratulations, Jaden.
Many of the athletes featured tonight will continue their athletic careers in college.
But our next presenter's talents were so prodigious that the professional leagues couldn't wait. To hand out our basketball awards, we have the big ticket himself, Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett, dubbed Mr. Basketball USA in 1995, was the first player drafted by the NBA straight out of high school in more than 20 years. This 15-time All-Star earned MVP and Defensive Player of the Year honors and an Olympic gold medal. Here he is, the big ticket himself.
Hey, KG here. I know all you girls and guys have worked really hard in high school. I've totally earned all the props and recognition you're getting. But no matter how long you play this game, know one thing, they will never teach you at any point along the way is how to give out awards. I tell you right now, it's not easy. It's great that our country is a melting pot and we have people from all over. But that also means that the names can be pronounced a million different ways. So be kind to the big ticket, if you will. If I accidentally mispronounce your name or if I don't get your name right perfectly, I mean, no disrespect. I have just seen these winners' names and I'm gonna try my best, okay? So let's get to it. Here are some honorees for the Female Basketball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Florida Panhandle Female Basketball Player of the Year is Erin Terrell of the Florida A&M University Development Research School.
FAMU DRS star Erin Terrell eclipsed the 4,000-point mark for her high school career. Her scoring average of 28.8 points per game ranked 20th nationally and first in the state of Florida and Class 2A. She was named the 2021 Florida Dairy Farmers Girls 2A Player of the Year, an honor she has won in 3 consecutive seasons. Terrell will continue her basketball career at Stony Brook University.
Congratulations, Erin. And now for the ballers on the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Basketball Player of the Year. And the finalists are And the Florida Panhandle Male Basketball Player of the Year is Isaiah Gaines of Pensacola High School.
Isaiah Gaines is this year's Florida Panhandle Boys Basketball Player of the Year after averaging nearly a double-double per game and leading Pensacola to the Class 4A regional semifinals this past season. This senior power forward produced 15.7 points and 9.5 rebounds per contest for the Tigers and was also named MVP for the West All-Stars at the Pensacola Sports High School All-Star Basketball Game, where he scored a team-high 16 points in an 88-84 victory.
Congratulations, Isaiah.
Courage means getting up after you've been knocked down. Failure is refusing to get up. Courage is getting up and doing something about it.
Courage means being uncomfortable and being okay with that.
Be willing to take a chance and maybe go against the flow.
To put yourself on the line for something.
I was always taught that courage means doing the right thing when no one's looking.
Courage means stepping out of your comfort zone.
Courage means you're fearless.
Courage means facing your fears and saying, I'm not scared of you.
Courage means doing the right thing all the time, not just when people are watching.
Courage can mean that you're just not afraid to make mistakes.
Not the absence of fear, but I think confronting your fears.
One of my favorite quotes is by Mary Ann Radmacher. It says, "Courage does not always roar. Some days, courage is the little voice that says, I'll try again tomorrow."
Courage truly means so many things. Overcoming challenges is the very essence of sports. But there are times when adversity comes after the whistles have blown and the horns have sounded, and it's devastating. The Courage Award is given to an athlete who has faced tremendous hardship, and through their strength and tenacity, were able to rise above it.
In 2018, a traumatic on-field leg injury threatened to end Alex Smith's professional football career and his life. After 17 surgeries, a lethal infection, and 2 years of grueling rehab, he stepped back into the huddle to help lead the Washington football team to an improbable playoff berth. Here to honor our recipient and present the 2021 Courage Award is a man who is no stranger to hardship himself, 2020 NFL Comeback Player of the Year, Alex Smith.
There are a lot of ways to define courage. For me, courage is like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder. And the grace exhibited by our Courage Award winner is something to behold. Courage can be found overcoming a sudden and traumatic event, or conquering a lifelong condition in ways the rest of us can't even imagine. What makes this athlete truly amazing is that they shared their very difficult, very personal story in order to help the next person who has the same brutal hill to climb. They found a way to turn courage into something shared, something inspiring, something beautiful. And the recipient of the Courage Award for the Florida Panhandle is Brock Palmer of Pace High School.
In 2005, my wife was diagnosed with epilepsy, and from 2012, it broke through, and from then until current, she's had uncontrolled seizures.
Well, with my mom having epilepsy for like as long as we have and like the severity of it, we've been able to adapt to it really well. So coming home from practices, like just having a normal life with my like friends and stuff, and then coming back and knowing what she has to go through or what she's gone through all day, just being able to adapt to that.
I met Brock junior year at a baseball practice. He had came out there and he was by himself, just new as somebody would, coming from out of state. And that's kind of where we started our relationship, is just, you know, just being a throwing partner with him. And, you know, I kind of got to know him a little bit in his background, so.
She might have had a rough day, so I have to like just cool off, give her some more time. So it's just being able to adjust from, you know, being able to joke around with your friends a lot more, but not knowing where her headspace is off her day. So it's just balancing the two.
To hold that on his shoulders and maintain good grades and be a good person and be family oriented, it kind of guided me in that sense, you know, and just in who I wanted to be, and just kind of pushed me in that direction to get me closer with my family.
It's changed how we have to do things around the house, paying closer attention to her when she's having her bad days, making sure she doesn't hurt herself. We've got cameras up around the house to catch her when she's falling and things like that. So it's been an adjustment, but for us, it's been kind of a way of life.
He's a great student. He's a great role model. He's a great baseball player, and he is the type of kid you want to coach. You wish you had, 20 guys just like him.
Whenever she's there, it definitely gives me some motivation because I'm like, I know she might not have had the best day, so whenever she's there, I want to do my best. So whenever she's there to see me, like, she sees my best. Because there's games whenever she's not there, I do really good. It's definitely a motivation factor.
I mean, if he puts his mind to anything, whether it's school or sports, I mean, he'll be successful in it, by the way. He handles himself on the field and off the field.
Well, he's going to be successful at whatever he does. I mean, he's such a great kid, great student. But he's going to have an opportunity, I think, to play baseball also at the next level.
Being able to adapt to the success he's had and the work that he's had to do to get that success, I just really appreciate what he's put into it.
It's very honoring to get those type of awards because all the work I put in outside on weekends, just after school, and all the time you put into it. So once you get noticed for all the hard work and seeing the progress of it paying off, it's definitely humbling. I like to say to my mom, I just appreciate that she tries so hard to come to every game, even though I know there's so many days that are rough for her. I can tell all the effort she puts in to try to make sure I get to where I want and complete my dreams. So I just really appreciate that.
Congratulations, Brock. Your dedication and leadership are so impressive.
Hey high school sports fans, it's the Big Aristotle here to present some of the biggest awards of the night. So stick around, I've been preparing all week. I really hope I make Miss Swan proud. That's my 4th grade teacher. Definitely don't want to end up in detention again.
Hello, I'm Brian Wolfberg, President and CEO of ViStar Credit Union. Today I would like to thank all of the student athletes who are part of the High School Sports Awards program. At ViStar, we believe in doing good and leading by example. That's why we are proud to support each and every one of you. Your achievements on the field, on the court, and in the classroom set a standard for our community. From all of us at ViStar Credit Union, thank you, and we can't wait to see what's next.
We've seen so many outstanding individual achievements in all different sports from this past school year, but now we focus on the heart of high school athletics, the team. And a crucial ingredient for success at any level, the coach.
And to present our awards for the best team and best coach, please welcome someone who is no stranger to success, legendary coach Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer has found success at every stop of his coaching career, including 2 national championships. He's the winner of multiple National Coach of the Year awards, and this fall, he'll make his NFL debut as head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Team of the Year, presented by ViStar Credit Union.
Hi guys, we know that good coaches and teams of this world are judged by the wins and losses. But we all know that there's a lot more behind the scenes. Strategy, teaching, training, and a lot of pushing. But a coach excels when his or her team truly comes together as one. And it doesn't matter what sport you play. There really is nothing like being part of an exceptional team. It's never easy, of course. Nothing worthwhile ever is. The hours and hours of practice, the growth of a unit, going through all the ups and downs, the highs and lows of a season together. When you become a great team, a special bond forms between the players, the coaches, and the support staff. That's like nothing else I've ever felt. Yes, there's some magic needed to make great coaches and great teams, but don't take this old coach's word for it. Let's hear from some athletes who know a thing or two about winning.
A good teammate accepts you as you are, yet challenges you to become even better because they see the best in you.
A good teammate is someone who wants the same amount of success for you as they do themselves?
A good teammate is unselfish.
Somebody who always stays positive.
The way you grow, the way your game grows, the way your IQ grows, a lot of times is off the basis of how you're coached.
A good coach is consistent.
A good coach is someone that can motivate you to do things that your mind doesn't even think you can do.
Good coaches understand that their role is not just to coach, but to teach, to inspire, and motivate an athlete.
Okay, guys, they really did say it best. But now let's give out some awards to some who've proven they know what it takes to come together as a team and bring home the wins. Here are your finalists for the Team of the Year. And the Florida Panhandle Team of the Year is Lawton Childs High School girls swimming team.
Led by 5-time individual state champion Lydia Hanlon, the Timberwolves claimed their second straight state title at the 3A championships. Childs High amassed 242 total points at the state meet, clearing the field by 34 points. Behind Hanlon, their star junior and Kentucky commit, who won titles in both the 100 fly and 100 backstroke. Multiple girls earned top 3 finishes in the championship events. The Timberwolves could have more victory laps on the horizon under Coach Maggie Crutchfield, as the team got superb performances at state from its underclassmen.
Congratulations, ladies. Very impressive season. Now for the Coach of the Year. And the finalists are and the Florida Panhandle Coach of the Year is Todd Brigman of Niceville High School.
When Todd Brigman became head coach of the Niceville track and field program in 2015, trusting the process became the mantra. In 2021, the process resulted in a transformative, record-breaking run for the Eagles. Featuring 4 individual titles, the boys won the 4A state championship, and the girls nearly capped off the sweep with a runner-up finish. It was the first team state title for the program, which had 26 medalist performances at state.
Congratulations, Coach. Excellent job.
Since 1955, Levin Papantonio Rafferty has been advocating for your rights in our ever-changing world. Through innovation, change, and with tenacity, we have fought for you when faced with challenges caused by accidents and injuries. We are committed to be your voice for the future. As we look ahead, we say goodbye to retiring lawyers, but continue to build our firm for tomorrow. Our name has changed, but our commitment has not. If you've been injured in an accident, contact Levin Papantonio Rafferty. And as always, we charge nothing unless we first recover for you.
All right, guys, the moment we have all been waiting for. It's time to reveal the top male and female athletes of the year. Yes. These are exemplary athletes who have stolen the spotlight, dominated the season, and shown what it means to be unstoppable.
To give us a helping hand with the female athlete of the year is the all-time assist leader in WNBA history, the great Sue Bird.
Sue Bird has been a basketball superstar for more than 25 years. She earned the Naismith College Player of the Year and a 3-time Nancy Lieberman Award winner. Bird was the #1 pick of the 2002 WNBA draft, an 11-time All-Star, 2 NCAA championships, 4 WNBA crowns, 4 Olympic gold medals, 4 FIBA World Cup titles, plus a dozen or so International League titles. Female Athlete of the Year, presented by Troy Rafferty of Levin Papantonio Rafferty.
Hey everybody, Sue Bird here. We've arrived at my favorite part of the show. Female Athlete of the Year brings together the best of the best, all in one award. It's kind of like that scene in Endgame when all the female heroes assemble, only instead of lasers, swords, and tricked out suits, you gals have sports equipment. But you get the idea. The point is, you have all excelled in your individual sports. You have all overcome obstacles standing between you and success. And you all have earned our lasting admirations. So really, there is no downside here. Just one of you gets a little bit more of an upside. But you all leave tonight winners. All right, let's meet our finalists for Female Athlete of the Year.
Amaya Butler, a junior at Pensacola Catholic High School. Lydia Hanlon, a junior at Childs High School. and Aaron Terrell, a senior at Florida A&M University Development Research School.
And the Florida Panhandle Female Athlete of the Year is Erin Terrell of Florida A&M University Developmental Research School.
One of the most decorated athletes in the history of the Big Bend, Erin Terrell was among the state's best on the basketball court, averaging close to 29 points per game, a mark that ranks 20th nationally and first in Florida. Terrell was named the 2021 Florida Dairy Farmers 2A Player of the Year, an award the elite senior guard has now won 3 consecutive years. She was also a member of the FAMU DRS flag football team, earning All-State honors as a wide receiver after hauling in 18 receptions and scoring 5 total touchdowns. Terrell dedicated her offseason to running and lifting weights, and the added strength and conditioning should serve her well on the women's basketball team at Stony Brook University this year.
Congratulations, Erin.
Now let's meet the contenders for Male Athlete of the Year. With so much incredible talent on display, we needed somebody of equal stature. So our final presenter of the night needs no introduction.
Yeah, but we're gonna give him one anyway, because if we don't, I know he'll call us out and he'd say, "Hey, there's Rutledge, why did you throw Jesus some love?"
Wow.
So here to present our final award of the night, the one and only Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal, the big Aristotle himself, is feared by opponents and loved by millions. Shaq's combination of size, speed, and strength led to 4 NBA championship rings, an MVP title, 15 All-Star Game appearances, an Olympic gold medal, and a first ballot invite to the Hall of Fame. Male Athlete of the Year, presented by Troy Rafferty of Levin Pampantonio Rafferty.
What's up, everybody? Diesel in the house, representing for all the major athletes out there in high school. It's time to give out the Best Male Athlete Award. Anytime somebody wants to put the word best next to your name, that is a major sign of respect. It means they know you do hard work to be great, but also you pay attention to detail. It means you rise to the occasion when your team really needs it. It means you make your parents proud. So let's give it up for the male athletes who are vying for the title of the best. And the finalists for the Male Athlete of the Year are
Joe Brunson, a senior at Baker High School. Jaden Jackson, a senior at Northview High School. And Jaden Rudd, a senior at Arnold High School.
And the Florida Panhandle Male Athlete of the Year is Joe Brunson of Baker High School.
A standout both in the classroom and on the field as a 5-sport athlete. Baker High School senior Joe Brunson was the Sunshine State's leading rusher, racking up 2,538 yards to go with 30 touchdowns. All about smash mouth football, the Gators captured the 1A state championship, and Brunson was honored as the small school's player of the year for the 2nd straight season. He lined up everywhere as a punter, kick returner, tailback, quarterback, and wide receiver. And he also loved the defensive side of the football, playing linebacker and safety. Brunson will continue his football career at Reinhardt University. At Baker High, he lettered in baseball, basketball, football, track, and weightlifting, and was the recipient of this year's Male Scholastic Award from the Emerald Coast All Sports Association.
Congratulations, Joe.
What a great night. We have had so much fun celebrating your accomplishments, and we want to thank all the parents, guardians, teachers, and role models who have helped these amazing young adults get to where they are today. You're all so important.
Exactly. And to all the athletes, coaches, and winners, congratulations.
Yes.
Until next year, that's a wrap.
Yes.
Some advice I'd give to my high school self would be, don't sweat the small stuff.
I would tell my high school self to take time and enjoy the little things. High school flies by, and before you know it, you will be an adult. So have fun and enjoy the time with your friends and family.
Well, there's a couple things. I think one would to tell myself to be yourself. And a lot of times that's a lot easier said than done, but I know looking back, I was like every other high school kid, trying to figure things out, seeing what your friends are doing, seeing what your family's doing, trying to see where you fit in. And I think a lot of times as kids, we don't have the confidence to just be who we are.
Only surround yourself with people that you respect, that you love you back, that support you. You've got to have positive enforcement in every way around you.
Continue to be a leader and not a follower. Continue to do right things in the community, in schools, around other student athletes.
It's supposed to be fun. Work hard, put everything into it, but make sure that you have joy when you compete. It's not about the outcome, it's about competing with all of your heart for something that you love. The outcome, the results will take care of themselves if you do that. So make sure you have fun with your team, rejoice in each other, rejoice in your talent, and just go for it.
I think I would tell her first and foremost to enjoy the process and have fun and stay present in the moment. And then I would say to challenge herself and to kind of run towards her fears and get uncomfortable. I think that that's where people learn and grow the most, is making mistakes, taking advantage of the mistakes as an opportunity and learning from them.
My advice would be make the most of your high school experience. How you do that, it's about people, it's about relationships.
Be yourself and be a leader before being anything.